Trading with the trend is key. Knowing how to trade in the right direction at the right time can save you from losing hundreds to thousands of dollars. Here is a solution. Trend trader Karen.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Trade Grading. Yes, today we are talking about trend direction trading with the trend trader Karen. We're going to be talking about short-term trends and long-term trends. I'm not going to hold you guys for too long. We're going to jump straight into it. I'm going to be using the Microsoft ticker. We're going to use this on the 1 minute time frame. Yes, for all my scalpers, this is a 1 minute time frame video, but this can be used on multiple time frames all the way up to the 1 week time frame. We're going to be using Hikinashi candles to just identify the trend a little better, and we're going to go to our indicator setting. We're going to go to search. We're going to type in trend trader, and we're looking for the trend trader Karen TTK free. We're going to click this indicator. We now got the indicator set, and this indicator is using the ATR, which is the average true range, to identify the short-term trend direction. So before we actually use this indicator, we're going to go back up to the settings, and we want to change the settings in the indicator to the correct time frame because we're using it on a 1 minute. So where it says main trend, we're going to select the from 1 day to the 1 minute time frame. We're going to click OK. And now we see some arrows populate. So this indicator is like indicators you've seen before in the past, where once you see the red trend line show up, you're going to only take sell positions underneath the red trend line. And once you see the blue trend line or green trend line in some different indicators, you're only going to take a buy position over the blue trend line. Now, these are short-term trends, guys. These are not to be mistaken for long-term trends. These are short-term. I'm going to get into long-term trends a little later on. As we see on the charts here, we also have these arrows. Now, what these arrows indicate is not buy and sell. I do not want to confuse you guys with that. This is not a buy and sell direct indicator. You can use it to identify a buy and sell position, but it is not solely used for buy and sell. What these arrows identify is a stronger change in direction, right? Which means when you see a arrow like underneath a blue trend line and the candlesticks are over the blue trend, you can take a buy position, but you want to use different confluences to know when to enter that trade. It's the same thing with a sell position as well. When you see the line indicating a downward arrow and you see the candlesticks underneath the trend line, you want to take a sell position once you see the candlesticks underneath there, and also you have multiple confluences. Now, so how are we going to identify the exact entry point of the trade using this indicator? Well, we're going to add an additional indicator on top to identify that. So we're going to go back up to the indicators tab. We're going to go to the search. We're going to type UT. We're going to type in bot, and we're going to look for the UT bot. We're going to select that indicator. Now, before we use this indicator, we have another trend line. We want to get rid of this. So we're going to go back up to the settings menu here for the UT bot. We're going to go here and we're going to go to style. We're going to unclick the trailing stop. We're going to go back into inputs and we're going to change the key value from 3 to 2. Because we're using it on a lower time frame to give us a little bit more of an accurate entry point. We're going to click OK. And now we have our complete entry points to enter the market, right? So this is our sell and our buy. Now, once again, like I said, this is a short-term entry point. What do I mean by short-term? Well, this identifies the short-term entry into the market using the trend line indicator right here, which is the red line and the blue line, right? So how do we identify the long term? Well, we're going to go back up to the indicators tab, but we're going to use the 200 EMA. So we're going to go into the we're going to type EMA, and we're going to go use the moving average exponential. We're going to exit out. We're going to go up to the EMA. We're going to go to settings, and we're going to change the length to 200. We're going to go to style. We're going to go to the EMA. We're going to change this to red so we can see it. And I'm going to actually change the thickness here to the highest thickness. and I'm going to click OK. Now what this does is it gives me the long-term trend versus the short-term trend. How is this normally used? Well, once you see the market or the candlesticks underneath the 200 EMA here, you're then going to identify what the trend trader is also saying as well with the market as well, because what we're going to notice here is as we're underneath the 200, we're also going to get signals right here. Now you're going to show an uptrend, and you're also going to see the candlesticks move over the trend line going in an upward direction. Now, if we didn't have the 200 EMA on here, we wouldn't know that we are not taking any buy positions right now, right? If we take the trend trader off, or sorry, if we take the EMA off here, we can't identify that, right? We would have never known that, and we would have never understood that this was not a position we get into because we're not following the correct direction of the trend or the long-term trend. So we're going to go back up to the indicators tab. We're going to go to search. We're going to type in braid, and we're looking for the braid filter. I'm going to close this out. So now we see at the bottom here, right, this buy signal that we would have taken if we didn't know that the 200 EMA existed. We can see here that there is no volume. Look at this. There's absolutely no volume compared to this area here, this bearish area here, where there is tons of volume, right? So you could have made an extremely strong profit quickly with a load of volume, the understanding of the short-term direction of the trend, and understanding the long-term direction of the trend, right? Understanding these two right here would have gotten you into profit, also into a position where the volume was at its all-time high. So I just wanted to show you guys a quick identifier on how to understand the short-term and long-term trends for it, because a lot of people get caught up in these kind of plays right here. When they see this and they automatically enter on the second candle, once the buy signal closes, they jump into here and they wonder why the trend changes on them, or why there's no volume, or why their position is not moving. It's because you also didn't understand that there was another bigger trend on top of the shorter trend, and you got caught up in this, in this, and in this. It's the same thing with a buy position too as well. Once we're over the 200 EMA, we have the trend trader showing the trend change with the arrow. We have the buy signal from the UT bot. We also have the blue trend line and the candles going over the blue trend, showing a strong uptrend. And what do we see at the bottom of our braid filter? We see strong volume and strong momentum. So a play like this we would have taken because we understood, number one, we were over the bigger trend, we got a smaller trend, and we got two more confluences from the buy signal and another one from the braid filter, and this would have been straight profit even on the short-term run here. And then as you see with the sell position, these are short, right? Because we're over the 200. You're not going to get much volume. You're not going to get much kick out of jumping into the wrong trend in the wrong direction when you don't understand long-term and short-term trends. So I just wanted to give you guys kind of a quick overview. You guys can check this out. These are extremely basic indicators I'm using on this. I didn't want to complicate it. I like this indicator a lot because it doesn't take too much space up on your your trade view screen. You're able to identify the changes in trends immediately, and adding the buying signal just gives you a stronger confirmation on entering the market securely. One thing I say is, if you are nervous, if you are sweating, if your palms are shaking, before you click that buy button, that means to me that you already lost, right? You want to be able to trade with confidence when you're using these indicators. So without further ado, I'm going to give this an A+. Once again, I say this always, trade with confidence, not incompetence. Continue to keep educating yourself, guys. Until the next video, see you.